I want to take a moment and talk to you about FOMO, or the fear of missing out. You see, when I first started my photography journey, I literally picked up my camera to start recording and capturing the moments of my children's lives as they were growing. And the more that I was holding the camera and I was capturing these moments, the more that I fell in love with it. And I realized that I wanted to do this forever, and I wanted to capture other people's moments and their precious time together. And I started my photography business. Now, when I first started, I was by no means any good. I was shooting on auto. I was not understanding light. I was not understanding composition or posing. I was literally just shooting because I loved the act of actually doing it and creating something magical in a moment of time for somebody else, and for them to have the experience of going and having these printed photographs that they can go back and they can share stories about. That was until I realized that I was putting my work online. And putting the work that you do, that you have so much love and you carry and you nurture it like a baby, and it becomes so very precious to your own internal being and more about your own self-worth, putting that online for other people to judge, to pick at, and to compare is really goddamn scary. Like, it is very, very scary. I remember the first time that I put my very first image up for my business, and it took me all day to put that one photo up with a caption, because I had an intense fear of judgment, of comparison, of I wasn't even good enough. Why am I doing this? Internally, I was having this constant fight with myself about my own self-worth, about who I was, about my profession as a photographer, and who do I think that I was. And when I eventually did put it out there, I felt sick, like literally sick. And I kept going back to the phone and literally wanting to delete it 10,000 times over. But something always stopped me. And I realized that the something was that my own fear was getting in the way of who I wanted to become. And that was a pivotal point in my learning for my business, for myself, and for my photography. The fear that we have about the judgment of other people is real. The fear that we have about not being good enough is real. And the fear that we have thinking that nobody's going to pay us these prices just for a photograph is real. But here's the thing. The other thing that is very real is that to be a photographer, to be a professional photographer and call yourself a professional photographer, it is not a race. It is a marathon. You're going to learn so many different aspects of not just your craft and the techniques about photography, but you're going to learn so many different things about yourself as a person, as a business person, and as a photographer. And the whole idea that letting fear stop you from becoming the best, incredible version of yourself and making an income that can support not just you, but your family, and delivering on the promise of providing beautiful photographs in beautiful products, like actual printed photographs and framed wall arts and albums. You have every right to demand that for yourself. You have every right to demand that for your business, and you have every right to demand that for your craft, because when you love something so deeply and you nurture it with so much love and affection, There's nothing that can't be done with that. When you believe in your own self-worth, when you believe with everything that you are, that this is what you are meant to do, and this is why you do it, and this is how you do it, then you best be believing that you have every right to charge more than $200 a photo shoot. When you think about all the work and all the time and all the love and all the effort that you put into creating these beautiful moments for other people, then charging anything less than $600 an hour for the photo shoot is average. It is average. When you consider that, for example, if you charge $600 an hour for a photo shoot, you spend 2 hours with that client, there's $1,200 for that. They get your time, your expertise, your knowledge, the products, printed photographs that they can share with family, that they can have hanging on their walls, that they can tell stories about forever and ever and ever. And more importantly, is the experience of taking a moment out of their day to either come together as a family or to really feel some self-empowerment about themselves and the way that they are and they look, and gain some confidence from that. I don't consider that pricey. I don't consider that not worth it. I don't consider you not worth it. So don't let fear stop you from becoming this incredible photographer that I know without a shadow of a doubt that you can be. I know this because I've been down that journey, full self-doubt, full lacking in my confidence, full thinking that nobody's ever going to pay that price. Well, they do, they will, and they still are. And I know that if I can do it, that I sure as hell know that you can definitely do it too.